fine. That's what I told everyone. That's what I told myself. And on some days, I almost believed it. But fine, it was a mask. Underneath it, I was scared. Scared that if I let myself really feel what was there, it would swallow me whole. So I did what a lot of us do. I smiled. I kept moving. I distracted myself with scrolling and gossiping and shopping. I got up and I went through the motions, even on the days that it felt wrong, and took everything I had to not collapse with defeat. Maybe you know this feeling too. But here's what nobody tells you: what we don't feel doesn't go away, it waits. And after too long of ignoring and pushing down and pretending and even raging against, it overwhelms us. It overwhelmed me. And I broke down. I reached a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. The feelings came in a rush, and it was so much that it felt like I had no other choice but to surrender. And that's why I don't think positive anymore. I welcome everything. Krishnamurti, the renowned Indian spiritual philosopher, famously said, "I don't mind what happens." And I think this pretty much sums it up. Welcoming everything isn't fixing. It's not spinning a story to make the pain feel okay. It's just watching what's true without calling it good or bad, just letting it be and letting it all belong, which, actually is the definition of mindfulness: noticing without judgment. We must let go of the idea of how we think things should be. The falling away of should makes space for the are, things as they are. Pretending I was fine, it never actually made me feel better. Not physically, not emotionally, not spiritually. It just pushed the feelings down. And pushing them down made them fester, which is such a gross word, but I think it really represents what happens. These repressed emotions I had, they started showing up in other places, in the chronic pain in my body and in my sleep. And even in my mood and in my temper, I became so short fused with my kids and everyone in my life, really. The feelings didn't disappear, they just moved. And I can only really see this in hindsight now, but they also kept me from the deeper truths that my life was trying to teach me. There was a night not that long ago, I remember it so clearly. I was laying in my bed and I could feel the panic start to flood my body as my mind started racing with all of the fears about the unknowns in my life, everything I didn't know about the future, what would happen to me, what would happen to my kids. And normally I would have tried to talk myself out of it and just tell myself, "Oh, you're fine, Rachel, whatever, just go to sleep." But that night, I just let the fear be there. I didn't fix it. I didn't explain it away. I just let myself feel it in my body, and it passed. So, yeah, welcoming everything it came for me really out of desperation when surrender felt like the only option that I had, since clearly for me, trying to control things wasn't working. And this is what I learned what was key about it. It had to come from a place of trust. Trust that everything I was going through was all a part of a divine order that I just couldn't see for myself. The sickness, the infidelity, getting fired, losing friends, living in a foreign country where I had no community. Somehow this was all life flowing for my highest and best good, which, trust me, was a very hard pill to swallow because it sucked and it hurt, and it still does, honestly. But still, trusting, even when it hurts, even when it feels confusing, even when we can't understand why in the world all of this is happening to us. That trust is what makes welcoming everything possible. It's hard to let something be and let it belong if there's a part of us that doesn't believe that it's guiding us somewhere. But what if this is the best thing to ever happen to you? and you just don't know it yet. So when something hard shows up, when I catch myself worrying, I say, maybe, maybe this is bad, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it just feels really bad, but it really is the best thing to ever happen to me. And I just don't know it yet. I spent years trying to force myself to feel okay, and it never worked. What actually helped me, what actually changed things for me, was letting life and my own feelings just be what they were. You are allowed to not be okay. You don't have to fix it all. You don't have to control it all. You are allowed to let it all belong and to move through it, to move forward. Everything is welcome. And all that stuff that's happened to me, I believe that life did for me what I could not do for myself. If this resonated with you, I would love to know. Drop me a comment below or subscribe to my channel for more. And if you like this kind of teaching, I think you'll also love my free download. It's called 10 Life Lessons I Had to Live to Learn. And I'll leave the link in the description below. Until next time, be good to yourself.